はい、皆さんこんにちは。medimoの中原と申します。今共同代表とあと開発組織の責任者もやらせていただいております。で、本日はですね、インタビューという形で、弊社の開発チームのエンジニアのナサニエルさんにお越しいただいて、いろんなお話聞ければなというふうに思っております。どうぞお楽しみください。ナサニエルさんは海外から、ジョインされたエンジニアさんで、なのでちょっと今日は英語でやり添えさせていただければと思いますので、ちょっと字幕の方でお楽しみいただければと思います。はい。
Hello everyone, I'm Nathaniel. I'm a software engineer currently here with medimo. Before joining medimo, I was a freelance software engineer, and before that, I was a university student at Columbia University.
So you, for most of your time, you were based in New York?
Correct.
Right.
Based out of New York City basically the entire time before coming here.
That's very cool. So was that your first time coming to Japan?
No, I've been to Japan before, actually between high school and university. But this is definitely the first time I've lived and worked here. Yes, very different experience.
Yeah, I bet. What was your major or research topic that you worked on during your college days?
Yeah, in university, I was a computer science major with a focus on intelligent systems. I was involved in a couple of research projects, most of them natural language processing oriented. We dealt a lot with social media and news data, and we typically analyzed those. Yeah, lots of different things.
Were you interested in AI, artificial intelligence area before getting to college or after?
Yeah, I think personally, my personal history with AI started in high school. I was on the robotics team, and
you also were doing robotics?
Oh, yes.
Just like Tiger?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, high school robotics team, and just in general, I had a lot of fun. A personal note would be in my computer science class in high school, everyone was sort of doing presentations on development, and I decided to do a presentation on machine learning. So I think that's where it really started with me.
I've heard that in American universities that most of the students getting, especially for STEM students, getting and they major in computer science, like half of them.
Yes.
Is that true?
That's true. A lot of us were in the computer science program. The computer engineering students were much fewer in number, and they will always tell you that that makes them better than you, but I don't think you should listen to them. Yeah, there were a lot of us computer scientists. As you might know, computer science in America is a very popular topic of study, and it leads into very popular career paths. So that's why a lot of people were there. But I think a lot of us in equal number were there for career, and equal number were there for just out of passion, really, and things that we love about the field.
Makes sense. You were a Columbia graduate, you were in New York City, a computer scientist. You must got a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, well, there were a couple of other ones I was considering before joining medimo. Without going into too much detail, there were some opportunities with the government, some other private entities. But yeah, ultimately I decided to join medimo because there's just a lot, well, it's an interesting company, I guess, to say frankly. We're in a very exciting field, and I think we're doing something that actually makes a difference to very real people. Ever since coming to Japan, I have had to use the services of a doctor before, and seeing how hard they work and sort of how it's different from in the United States and all of these unique challenges they face. I think that a company like medimo, and more importantly, a piece of technology, a product like medimo, is important for the people here. I think that it can actually make a difference.
I'm very glad to know.
Yes.
Glad to know. Yeah, I really thought that you didn't know about any other Japanese company, so that was the reason that you actually chose medimo, because you don't got any other valid choices.
Well, believe it or not, I was at the Boston Career Forum last year. So I did interact with a few other companies there. Yes.
Cool. So, what was your first contact with us? mean, how did you know about us?
Sure. So actually, I think you know the answer to this pretty well.
Yeah.
But our mutual acquaintance, his friend from high school, mine from university.
Yeah, actually, my high school classmate back in Nara went to Columbia University for a bachelor.
He did.
Yeah. And you were a friend of yours.
Yeah, by pure coincidence. Yeah. He actually told me one day when we were going to graduate, he was like, yo, I've got a friend in Japan. He's thinking of starting a company. He'll need software engineers. Are you interested, basically? And I said, let me think about it. And did some more research on the company online. There's a pretty significant presence. And then I said, you know what? That looks pretty good. It looks interesting. It looks fun. It looks important. Certainly better than some other prospects without naming names. But yes, I don't know. I just thought it was a pretty interesting place that I could be. So I decided to interview.
Great. I'm glad that we had homepage back then.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, we really had no money.
Right.
So the homepage and the recruit page was handmade. I mean, I guess I spent like 3-4 hours on that. I don't remember.
Well, you could tell it was a startup, but I think that's part of the charm.
A very startup.
It's very startup, yeah. A lot of freedom you could feel like if you worked here.
Yeah. And then we got your resume. It looks very interesting. And I also got the recommendation from, my friend.
Yeah.
There's a guy that might apply to your company that you mentioned.
So he told you. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I had some conversation, and you were a great fit for our team. And you start off as a freelancer back then, right?
Yeah, I was on a contract basis, doing it alongside my other freelance work at the time.
Yeah.
But I decided ultimately it made more sense for me to be here in person as a full-time engineer.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. How was the process? I mean, coming to Japan, how was it?
Oh boy. Well, as you know, it was a long process. For those of you watching, medimo can and will sponsor a visa. But
yeah, we have a great support program.
But yeah, that took a little bit. But once the visa was sorted and the certificate of eligibility and all of that, actually coming here was pretty good. The company definitely helped out a little bit with the moving expenses, which I very much appreciate. And after arriving here, it was a process, right? Moving all over the place the first few months. Anyone who's moved to a different place will probably tell you what that's like.
Yeah. Was that tough to find a house?
It is Tokyo, after all, but I'd say the process was relatively smooth overall. I'd definitely say it could have been a lot worse. A lot of fun. I was bouncing in between. First, I was in Ikebukuro for a while between few different apartments, and then I eventually landed where I am now in Meguroku.
Great place.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely better than Ikebukuro.
I think so.
I'm very sorry for this. For living in Ikebukuro, I have no offense, but yeah.
Well, I'd agree.
Yeah. All right. So before joining medimo, you must got a lot of expectations about the work, the roles that you will be doing here, and any changes after joining it?
Definitely. I would say it's par for the course for basically any startup, I would say, but I'd say my responsibilities definitely expanded from what was on the job listing. Truth be told, I was hired as a back-end engineer initially, and while that was true for a while, eventually I did get...
Maybe 3 months.
Yeah, for about 3 months. I worked closely with Yagi-san on a lot of things, but after that, I started getting assignments with the front end, slowly became more of a full stack role, working to integrate a lot of the new features front and back. I even actually got to learn a lot about infrastructure and I've never thought I'd ever have to learn Terraform in my life, but here we are. The mentors here at the company were great. They helped me learn all of the things that I had to, having never touched the technology before. But yeah, in the end, there's a lot more to do than I originally thought. It's a lot more flexible. So, for someone like me who appreciates challenge in that sense, who likes doing all sorts of things, I think it's a lot of fun, personally.
I'm great to know. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, medimo, especially for the development team, I mean, we have quite a broad
We do.
tech stack.
We do.
As a startup, I mean, we don't only have the application team, we also have the machine learning team, and we also have the hardware team.
That's true.
Yeah. Could you name some of the projects that you're working on recently?
Sure. Yeah, recently I was actually talking about expanding the responsibilities I've been sort of provided with. Recently I was actually working with the machine learning team on a project to see if we can help improve our transcription accuracy. Transcription is obviously a very core part of the main product. So that was important. We looked into different factors that might influence character error rate, things along those lines. And I've also been involved more on the application development side on an internal project to improve reliability of the main service. So that involves a lot of data gathering and a lot of metric processing in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You can actually use the things that you learned back in college.
That's true, actually. Not everyone can say that. I feel very, I feel very privileged to be able to say that I've learned all of these things in university and somehow all of them are relevant to what I'm doing. So,
great education.
That's a great company.
Yeah. Okay. At this moment, do you have any particular technology area or roles that you would like to take on in the future?
True. Well, technology area side, in terms of future projects that I would like to work on, I think definitely I want to continue investigating the causes for various low and high quality consultations. I think that's definitely something important to look at. And more importantly, I think also bringing us more in line with feature parity with some of our, I would say competitors, but we don't really meet, some of our counterparts overseas. Things like different modes, more explicit support for things like not just within the consultation, but before and after, sort of those various processes of the process.
More workflow.
Exactly. And definitely closer integration with electronic health record systems.
Definitely.
Critical.
Definitely. Yeah. Those are the hardest part, especially for players in Japan.
I did notice. I don't think there's a standardized API or anything.
We don't have anything like that.
Yeah. So definitely an interesting challenge.
Yeah. All right. How do you feel about the collaboration within the development team and also the other departments or teams?
I think it's actually very good. I mean, partially because this is a startup, it is a small company, so there's not too many people to get in the way of everything. But I would say that the development team within itself and with even the other teams, the customer success team, the business team, machine learning team especially, work very closely with each other. Everyone on the development team has been very communicative. I will say this was what surprised me, was everyone seems to have a pretty good idea of what's going on at all times. Even people sort of on the ground floor seem to have generally a pretty clear picture of the state of the app as a whole. I think that's partially because everyone, again, works so closely with each other. There's all sorts of different, no matter your role, usually you're in like all of these sorts of different like all hands meetings, things along those lines. Basically everyone's involved whenever we release a new update. So I think that's part of why. But yeah, overall everyone talks. It's very good. There's not really any knowledge silos or anything along those lines.
Yeah, great. And I mean, I think you were the only English native speaker here at medimo, right? Do you feel any obstacles? Communication-wise?
Good question. Well, I will say first off, it is helpful that a lot of, especially the founding team, speaks fluent English. I do appreciate that, really. But to be honest, someone who's still learning Japanese, it can be a little bit challenging at times. Our internal language is Japanese, which it separates us from a lot of other Japanese tech companies, I think, to be honest. I know some of them. I have some friends at like PayPay and things along those lines. Yeah, they speak in English despite being a Japanese company.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dev team, for example, at PayPay, the overseas engineers is about like 90%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, most of them I think are overseas engineers.
That makes sense. Either way, since we're based in Japan, it only makes sense that everyone speaks Japanese. But
yeah, I mean, especially we're in the medical field.
Exactly.
Our clients only speak, in most cases, Japanese.
Exactly. So yeah, but anyways, someone who's still learning Japanese, I actually think it's a pretty good opportunity to learn because basically more or less I have to speak English with my coworkers. So while I did study in university, and that did help me for a bit, having the opportunity to actually speak with everyone on a day-to-day basis has definitely helped a lot. And they've all been very patient, very accommodating with me as I
Great to know.
come to learn the language more.
Great to know that. Okay. How about the work-life balance here?
Good question. I feel like a lot of people watching might have that on their minds. Honestly, work-life balance at medimo is pretty good, especially for a startup company, I would say. Or at least my idea of a startup from America. But yeah, no, we have hybrid work schedule with a lot of remote days, and we have flex time, a lot of flexibility in how we handle things. So especially if you just get all of your tasks done, if you get everything, sort of you need to get done for the day, and obviously you have to attend your meetings and everything like that. But yeah, if you get everything done, you get everything done. No one's gonna hound you. No one's gonna get on your case about it. Everyone's pretty understanding about that. So yeah, a lot of flexibility, pretty good work-life balance overall, I would say. Especially if you know how to manage your own time.
That's the point. If you know how to manage your own time.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you don't, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a micromanagement guy, so.
I noticed. I appreciate it.
But on the other hand, we only look at the outcomes.
True.
I mean, if you're a high performer, you got a lot of outcomes. Like nobody will talk anything about that.
Right.
Right.
Very results oriented.
Yeah. All right. So finally, do you have any message for the audience that is luckily
Made
looking at our video and made this far?
Yeah. Let's see. Sure. If you are thinking about joining medimo, I would definitely encourage you to apply. It's a fun place to be, and the people are very interesting. So I think if you're interested in the field, if you're interested in the type of work that we do here, software engineering, machine learning, development, even sales and business, I would definitely encourage you to apply. And if you're watching this and thinking about using medimo at your clinic or hospital, I would also encourage that. Everyone here works very hard on it. I assure you, you will not be disappointed.
All right. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you. It's great.
It was fun. ありがとうございます。ご興味ある皆さんはぜひこちらのリンクから、medimoのページの方に飛んでいただいて、カジュアル面談1回目から全部僕が出てますので、ぜひお話を伺えればと思います。で、プロダクトにご興味ある方もぜひリンクの方から、見ていただければと思います。今1000件近く全国の医療機関ご導入いただいて、カテゴリーの中ではおそらく一番多いっていったところで皆さんにお使いいただければと思いますので、何卒お願いします。